I am a great admirer of the great Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, right? I think he was one of the most valorous rulers this country has had. Am I also, if I were by the same logic, to look at the raids that were carried out in Bengal by Shivaji's army, am I to look at what happened?
Yo. Bhai, Shivaji's army did not carry on any raids in Bengal. Yes, he had a dream to conquer from the Gulf of Cambay to the far provinces of Bengal. The traveler named Bartholomew Carey, he says that when he spoke to the Maratha governor said that his master or Shivaji, he wants to take his kingdom from the Gulf of Cambay to the rich province of Bengal, but he never invaded Bengal. Bengal was invaded by the Nagpur state later in the Maratha Empire between 1740 to 1746 or 47, or those 10 years, 40 to 50. There were 6 to 7 invasions. So it was done by the Nagpur state, and which hardly had like 15 to 20,000 cavalry troops, and just 10 to 12,000 moving around, and the others just camping at a certain place in Bengal. So it was not like a full-fledged big army attack that you would kill, and like they have mentioned numbers like 4 lakh people killed in Bengal and Bihar. It is impossible for 10k or a 12k or a 15k cavalry to kill so many people. I mean, it's just impossible, all these claims. So yeah, basically Shivaji did not carry any raids into Bengal. It was a later Nagpur state under Raghuji Bhosle which had these campaigns in Bengal against the usurper Alivardi Khan, who had usurped the throne of Bengal.
Did Shivaji have any woman raped or enslaved?
Gaurav, I have no problem with you putting all those facts in the public domain.
But it is so horrifying that we speak of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj in the same voice as a Mughal or a Muslim.
I am saying whether it is a Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj who was defending his kingdom against invasions that were taken against the Mughals who were trying to spread into the Maratha kingdom, or whether an objective reading of history would ensure that every leader's strengths and their weaknesses would be put out. Please do that. That's all I'm asking. Let children not reduce history to ye hero hai or ye villain hai. There are rulers today who destroyed temples in Kashmir.
So basically he's saying that ye hero hai or ye villain hai. तो भाई मुगल हीरो होगा, चलो थोड़ा बहुत अकबर जो है, fine, he had a phase where he was lenient and the kingdom flourished thoda bahut. But if we speak about others, Shah Jahan, again, even that guy has a track record of destroying things, the Hindu mandirs, and also converting people. In Kashmir, when the story goes, when he was coming from Kashmir, he heard that some of the Hindus, they were marrying the same community which had converted Muslim. So they used to marry those Muslim women, and the women used to convert back to Hinduism. So he turned back some 3,000 or 4,000 marriages that had happened, similar marriages. He just turned them around, and all those women were sent back to their houses. So again, he was the same thing. And Jahangir, again, I don't know, even he was an opium addict. So yeah, these facts should come. And Aurangzeb, the guy doesn't even need a mention. He was a religious fanatic, or we can call him a crackpot. The rest, what he's saying, let's see.
There are rulers today who destroyed temples in Kashmir, Hindu rulers.
Now this guy is talking about the Kashmir rulers. Okay, fine. Maybe he's talking about the ruler of the Lohara dynasty, which Kalhan mentions in his Raj Tarangini. And it's not like Kalhana is like eulogizing or praising that guy. He's literally calling him Turushka, which means a Muslim. That he's behaving, the Hindu Raja is behaving like a Muslim, that he's using the temples and all its funds and the murtis and everything, all the gold and all for filling his coffers, and he's behaving like a Turushka or a Muslim. So basically Kalhan is also not saying that he's good. Yes, this should be also taught to the students. Hindu community did not consider the person who is doing this thing, even if he is by birth Hindu. He was written as Turushka or behaving like a Turushka. So I don't know what this Rajdeep is talking about.
Who destroyed temples in Kashmir. Now, how am I going to look at that ruler? Because that part you don't want to show. Okay.
No, you can show. That's what I said. You can show these parts to the students. And you have to also mention that the person who is writing about this is calling this Hindu as a Turushka, or a person who has come, or a Muslim who hates idol and who uses idol just for squeezing money. So he's comparing this Hindu king with him. So yeah, you should teach it, students, this thing also. No Hindu is defending that no, he's Hindu, so he's allowed to do this. No one is defending. Even Kalhana didn't defend it.
Being selective in how you're viewing the Mughals.
I'm not being. I agree
with you. You're saying that the Mughals did this and this and this, but they also did this and this. That means you're trying to say that there's
I'm
not
an
a
objective
holistic
reading.
view. There is a no, but that's not what you're talking about.
I'm
You're
saying
talking
show
about an
that
objective view of
darker
one
side.
side and not of the other side.
I'm saying, ma'am, show that darker side and that brighter side. To say that this entire period was a dark age for India for 400, 500 years is, I think, a misreading of history. There were strengths, there were weaknesses.
Not brutalities.
Show me one instance of Chhatrapati Shivaji. You know the way the
Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, let us say, is a leader, is a ruler of the highest order. I accept you. I am not denying that. But
show me brutality of Maharana Pratap, for example.
Chhatrapati Shivaji, when he raided Bengal, when his forces raided Bengal, they did not make a differentiation there between Hindus and Muslims.
They did not.
They went and raided people.
There was no raid. There was no conversion.
How does he even sit on this panel? Doesn't even know that during the time of Chhatrapati Shivaji, forces never entered the Suba of Bengal. What is wrong with this guy? And by the way, the Mughal, like the Aurangzeb, they literally have farmans like for converting. The person who converts a male from Hindu to Muslim, he gets 4 rupees. For a female, it's 2 rupees. Like literally, these are the things that the Mughals are doing on the government level. Now imagine like then the jizya tax. These guys call tax, but I don't even consider jizya as tax. It's literally जो हफ्ता लेते हैं ना वसूली टैक्स हो, तो टैक्स भी नहीं बोल सकते, वसूली का पैसा. Because like in Sarkar, even Sarkar has mentioned in history of Aurangzeb, Jadunath Sarkar, that jizya thing, it hit the most to the poor people. Here is the thing which he writes. And even if you look this jizya thing, it is a 9.21 ayat. It say in the Quran, it says that the kafir or the non-Muslim has to pay after being humbled. And the word uses dhimmi or zimmi, which literally means a second-class citizen. Now imagine Modi doing this to Muslims now. That Modi comes and he says from now on, Muslims have to pay a different kind of tax, which is not applicable on Hindus. Now taxes don't go on religion. But suppose Modi does this. You can just imagine the hue and the cry which the Muslim community would make if Modi does it. So that is what Aurangzeb was doing it. And there are still people who defend this guy. And I am not saying that they won't defend it, because that's in their ideology. They have to defend it. That is Islam. The Quran or the jizya tax comes straight from the Quran. They have to take it. And that is an indication to show that you are a second-class citizen. And you are under our protection because generally you have to convert, but since you're not being forced to convert, you have to pay. So it is like a protection money that you pay to the gundas that come in your locality and where the law and order is not that good.
What are you trying to say? You're trying to say that the Muslims were intolerant, oppressive rulers. That's what you're trying to say. Were intolerant, oppressive rulers. Hindu rulers were noble and enlightened.
Obviously, they were intolerant rulers. There are travelers like Bernier and Palsert who talk about that Hindu peasants, they leave the lands that come under the direct supervision of the Mughal Empire and they go to some land where the local Raja is ruling and they find a better peace and solace over there. So isn't this an indication even the people who are coming from the outside are observing these things? And by the way, we say now that the Mughals were from here or they were Indians, but the Mughal never says that he is an Indian or he is the son of the soil. Even the people who come from outside, like Francois Bernier, even Bernier says that the Mughal is an outsider. He's not from India. He's an outsider.